Oh hey, didn't see you there. Today guys, we're taking off the front and rear wheels on the CBR650F. Reason for that is we're going to slap on a pair of new Michelin Pilot Road 4s, and the dealership charges less for mounting and balancing if you take the wheels off yourself, and that way I don't have to leave my bike there. Now if you remember from my video on taking off the chain, the rear wheel removes just like that, except we're going to go a step further and remove the adjusting rod, so that way we can push the rear wheel forward out of the chain and then fully out. So first of all, we're going to have to get our bike up somehow off the ground. I have front and rear stands, spools, whatever. They're about $50 a piece. If you buy them online on sale, highly recommended, especially the rear. But this is fully off the ground, and if I were really good, I would get some jack stands and shit like that to help hold it up, but I know this is stable from previous experiences. So the first part of the rear wheel removal is a 21mm socket and then an adjustable crescent wrench, because the axle nut is actually larger than my largest socket. But what we're going to do is we're going to hold the axle nut in place here while unscrewing the axle. And I know it's really dark here, sorry about that guys. Just give it a little bit of a turn there. And we are in business. There's the axle nut. So, according to the manual, loosen the axle nut. Support the motorcycle using a hoist or equivalent. Loosen the lock nuts and turn the adjusting bolts so the wheel can be moved forward all the way. Remove the axle nut and right adjusting plate. Push the rear wheel forward. Remove the axle and left adjusting plate. Derail the drive chain. And then we're good. Now, so actually just removing the adjusting plate here buys me a lot of space for moving that axle forward. I might not even need to touch those, which would be nice because that way you don't throw the alignment off. Although my chain does kind of need tightening anyway. I'm going to give this a little encouragement. This is not the way it's supposed to do it, but I did read to you how it is supposed to be done, so don't blame me when you fuck up your bike. Alright, so it's off the axle. I haven't done this before on this bike, but I did do it on the 250. I know my dealership charges extra, supposedly, if you bring in an excessively dirty wheel. My wheels are pretty dirty, but I don't think they'll be a dick about it. Hope not. Bitch! I don't really know what I'm doing here, but there we go. And then, without knocking the bike over. Yay! And that is a rear tire. So the reason I'm replacing it is because this is the wear bar, and it's getting pretty close. Some goofball moderator on the 650 forums got bare threads showing here and is talking about how safe it is, and that's bullshit. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to risk my life on something so fucking basic. You know, money's tight for me too right now, and I'm swamped with other commitments, but if you can't have time to have basic safety shit on your bike, then you shouldn't be riding. This will be nice too, because it'll give me the opportunity to clean up some of this shit. Just make sure you don't scratch or drop on the brake discs. Woo! Tape some cardboard on all the discs so that way it doesn't get bumped around in transit. Oh, I know, you're such a big help. You're a good little mechanic puppy. Helping to take the wheels off. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention is these little wheel bearing things or whatever. You can take them out of here, and that way you don't lose them in transit. Just reinstall them on the way back. Okay, so the front is similar, and there's a bunch of complex instructions in the manual, and I don't believe it. So what I'm going to first do is get these 12mm pinch sockets, whatever. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on the front end, but this axle is also 22mm. Interesting. Alright, I bet I'm going to have to hit that through. Oh shit, I guess my camera was off for the front wheel removal, but what I did was I loosened up the left brake and that was enough to get the front wheel to be rotated out enough that it could just drop out and roll forward. So now we got them both up, and be especially careful with the front wheel, of course, because it's got the brake calipers on both sides. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean these up a little bit before I bring them in, because it's a lot easier to clean them up with your new tires, because I don't care if I accidentally get oil on the outside, because they're going to be toast anyway. And now you have a hover bike of your very own, and you're going to save yourself a few bucks when you get on new tires. So hope it's helpful, guys. Peace out. Oh look, guys, the new tires came in early. Woo! Woo! Yeah, so I'm going to slap on these winter tires on the CBR650F. Got some, what are they, Michelin X Ice. So we got the front end right there, and then we got the rear end right here. So thinking it's going to look pretty sweet. Sneak preview. Anyway, these tires, or the wheels, really look sharp after being cleaned. They haven't been as clean since they left the showroom floor, so that's going to be a nice little treat. Okay, done for real this time. Later, guys.